Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Saggy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to, not even Capricorn, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So your key to the week this week is the Hierophant card, and this actually tells me that whatever you are doing this week, and yours is a very spiritual sign and one that is deeply tapped into the undercurrents and currents of spiritual energy. However, this week it's like you're needing to bring more structure or more, and for some of you this is about bringing more structure to whatever it is that you're working on or through. For others, this is about bringing a more spiritual understanding or depth to the work that you're doing. So even if your job is just an office job or a day job, like whatever your job is, no matter how, air quotes, mundane it might be, look up the etymology of that word. It's actually quite fascinating. But what I will say to you is this week, even if you consider your job to be really mundane, find a way to bring the spiritual into it, to check out just what you're actually getting from it or how it really is or isn't feeding your soul. And if it isn't, find a way to make sure that it does. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the King of Wands. So in some way, shape or form, you very much show up in your own reading. The King of Wands, usually a fire sign person, Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. You've got this in the actions and options, which represents what you do. So in some way, shape or form, this week you show up very strongly as yourself, very powerfully as yourself. This is about you bringing a new sense of authority to everything that you do. So this is one thing I've noticed about Sagittarians. You guys make brilliant leaders. You really do make brilliant leaders. However, it's something that tends to naturally evolve out of you. One thing that I don't see a lot of Sagittarians say is, no, I have to be in the lead. Yes, you've got the whole arrow thing going on and all of that. But it's rare to see a Sagittarius that's like, no, me first, I've got to be up front and center. It's like, well, I suppose if nobody else will do it, somebody's got to lead, I will do it. This week, I actually feel like this is you being more proactive about being more visible and especially commanding more respect in a certain sphere or place. The other thing with that King of Wands as well, this week I kind of feel like this week you're going to be thrust into more of a leadership role, and because you've got that Hierophant card there, some of the deeply spiritual ideologies that you have are going to be necessary for driving this thing forward. I actually think that is what's going to be the thing that drives everything forward, because it's bringing a human touch to everything through that sort of sense of, wow, okay, you know what, you have thoughts and beliefs and, wisdom and understanding as well. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Ten of Swords. You've got the Ten of Swords with the Hierophant card. This could literally be the end of or the release of a boss. So this could be somebody that is, this could be a person in a position of power who you find out this person is leaving. It could be, for some of you, maybe you're having to pull rank with the boss or with the organization. I kind of feel, because the Ten of Swords, remember, this can be a bust up. And because you've got this here with the Hierophant and you are stepping up into more of your power, this could be a space in your life, especially in the professional or academic sphere, where you're having to really put your foot down or kind of, it's like, you know what, if I need to go to war for this, I absolutely will. I'm prepared to do so. For those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, I always say that in different ways, academia. If you're studying this week, you will probably, and it's not that you don't already know this to a degree, but if you're studying this week, you may have a visceral experience that those who are holding the keys really don't give a shit. And so this could be a week where maybe you see something in your area of study that really gets your goat. All right, so interesting stuff. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, again, I really feel like this is you having it out with a boss, with maybe there's some new policy or something that's released or put out that you are really diametrically opposed to. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, I mean, this could be within your own community or maybe within the people that you serve or your clientele. It does suggest that you are making a break from what is considered the norm in your industry. So this could be where you're ready to upset the apple cart, but you're doing it in a way that is kind of, you know, you're not holding. I mean, I've never known a Saggy to hold back. Sometimes we wish you would. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this could literally be as well. And I mean, I think this is the case for all of you in some way, but especially for those of you that are retired and no longer working. And this is because you have more time to think about these things and be deeply intertwined with them. But in some way, shape or form, this week, I think a belief structure or a certain ideology that you've held on to for a very long time, this week could really crumble. Another way that this could show up is something to do with the parents, you know, the parents, the grandparents, the ideologies, the religion, the structure that has been handed down to you through your lineage could really be, it's like this week you could be communicating, you know what, I'm taking this no further. Whatever religion or ideology or, you know, understanding I was born to, it's not for me anymore. For your love and relations, you've got the Page of Cups. So there is potentially new love here. For those of you that are single, isn't that the ultimate twist of fate? For those of you that are single, just as you are getting rid of a religion, a faith, an idea, a belief system or structure, somebody who either mirrors the best qualities of that or has one of their own that is equally as strong could show up for you. And because they show up as the Page of Cups, there is a really profound, deep sense of personal connection there. So I really, really like this. And, you know, the fact that they are able to let you be all of who you are is really, really important to this. For those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, something about your relationship or your partnership this week is offering a lot of love, care and stability, but there is a communication mismatch here somewhere. Maybe something that you're not able to agree on. But the interesting thing is it doesn't diminish the relationship in any way. I actually feel like it enhances it because you're able to talk it out. It might be a bit of a debate, but it's, you know, even still. For your money and materials, you've got the Justice card. So you've got this here with the Ten of Swords, a contract of some kind, especially if you're interacting with financial institutions. It looks like a contract is not being signed or it's not being renewed or refreshed in some way. So if you had plans to apply for money, funding, resources, etc., it's not this week. Hold back. Maybe because you need more information, maybe because you need a second look, maybe because you don't have all of the facts yet. And, you know, we've had, at this point, I think there's a lot going on, I want to say, with Neptune. So just keep that in mind. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Justice card is your, I'm not a doctor, can't give you medical advice. The Justice card is it's your kidneys, your urinary system, that whole sort of sector of self. Because you're yeah, that's as much as I will say on that. I'm sure you will be fine. Another thing that you could be really deeply aware of this week is the aesthetic that you present. I don't know why, but I really get the feeling for some of you, this is like looking at your wardrobe and saying, okay, maybe I want to start dressing more appropriately to my age, whatever that means to you, right? Because for some people, dressing their age means having more tattoos. I know it does for me. You know, so it's not about what society, it's not about what society tells you is right for your age. It's about what you feel. Like there's something here where you're looking to change the aesthetic. When it comes to your home and environment, I like this because the calming influence is home. It's like everything else outside of that seems to be where the fractious is coming in. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.